It looks like we are nearing the finish line when it comes to Michigan's sign stealing scandal involving former assistant Connor Stallions, the NCAA. It seems as if they're coming close to giving official punishment for Michigan's involvement in this scandal. And Michigan has gotten ahead of the issue by allowing Sherrone Moore to self-impose a 2-game suspension on himself for weeks 3 and 4 of the upcoming season. Sherrone Moore, despite denying doing any wrongdoing in the situation, allegedly he deleted a few text messages between him and Connor Stallions, which, if you're innocent and you haven't done anything wrong at all, why would you feel the need to delete text messages? But Michigan allowing Sherrone Moore to suspend himself for 2 games, I feel was a pretty good punishment in terms of the length. This isn't something that should make Michigan's national championship invalidated. I know a year ago I said otherwise, but after thinking about it, with the NCAA allowing Oregon and a bunch of other teams to just steal players off other rosters despite not being allowed, I'm not going to get mad at Michigan for doing what they did when there's a lot worse going on in college football. And on top of that, Michigan wasn't the only team stealing signs. Unfortunately, they were the only team that got caught doing it, because the rest of the teams in this conference were hating on them due to the amount of success they were having doing it. And that's why they snitched on them. They ratted them out. And that's how Michigan got in trouble with this whole sign stealing scandal. But my issue with this punishment and why I feel it's bullshit isn't the length, but it's the fact that Michigan is allowing Sherrone Moore to pick when he serves out this punishment, when that shouldn't be allowed. As soon as you get in trouble doing something, you should immediately face the consequences for it. He should be suspended for the first 2 games of the regular season. When you got in trouble growing up as a kid, your parents didn't come to you and say, all right, let us know when you want to start your punishment. No, when you got in trouble, you got an ass whooping and you immediately got put on punishment. It wasn't you making an agreement when you served out the punishment. No, you served it right then and there. And with Michigan getting called in the wrong, you shouldn't allow your coach to pick the weeks that he gets to miss. That kind of defeats the whole purpose. When you get caught doing something against the rules, you shouldn't have the luxury of picking when you start your punishment. That kind of defeats the purpose. And Michigan, essentially, with Sherrone Moore being involved in this whole sign stealing, cheating scandal, they're giving him a free vacation with paid time off. That's what this is. You are going to coach the first 2 games of the season, and then after, that's when you're going to serve your suspension. The NCAA, if they allow this to go through, this further proves how incompetent this organization is and why this sport is in the state that is in. You just can't come at Michigan the way that you did, and then you're going to allow them to make a mockery of you, to embarrass you by allowing their head coach to be on the sidelines for the first 2 weeks of the season, and then out of nowhere right after say, all right, me and my family, we're going to pack it on up. We're going to take a vacation to Dubai, Cancun, and we're going to watch the team from somewhere else in the country. This is bullshit to me. This is not how a punishment is supposed to work. And before you Michigan fans come at me and you say, oh, JT, we ain't really do nothing that wrong. That's not my issue. You got caught cheating. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So therefore, you shouldn't be able to negotiate the terms of your punishment. That's like if me and you got caught stealing something out of the corner store or stealing something out of Walmart, we get arrested, we go in front of a judge on trial and we tell the judge, look, allow me to pick when I serve out my prison sentence. No, the judge gives you your punishment. They give you your prison sentence. You don't get to negotiate the terms of the punishment. This just is really awkward to me how Michigan has gone about this and how the NCAA possibly could allow this punishment to go through, because this isn't really a punishment in my estimation. I feel this is more so of Michigan trying to give themselves a soft blow, and they're trying to see just how soft of a blow the NCAA will allow them to get. And I'm not expecting the NCAA to give them the death penalty or anything like that. I'm not proactively saying that Michigan should receive major consequences to their actions, but all I'm trying to say is a punishment shouldn't be negotiated on your terms. It seems more so as a luxury. When Jim Harbaugh got suspended by the university for his involvement in the whole entire thing, they didn't just say, okay, you're going to serve this suspension at this time, or you can just choose whenever you want to do it. No, he got suspended right then and there. And that same thing should happen with Sherrone Moore. When you do the crime, you do the time instantly when the punishment is dished out. Missing the first 2 weeks of the season makes more logical sense than allowing him to coach the first 2 weeks and then saying, okay, I'm going to serve my punishment right after we get done playing Oklahoma, arguably one of the biggest games of Michigan season, which is going to define just how good this team is going to be for the rest of the year. I'm really am struggling to wrap my whole head around Michigan giving Sherrone Moore pretty much 2 weeks vacation for his involvement in cheating, because this is just nonsense to me. If the NCAA allows this to go through, it further shows why this sport is in the state that it's in.